Good day, Grade 7 learners. Welcome to our Grade 7 Mathematics Reviewer. In this review, we will strengthen our understanding of important mathematical concepts that we can use both in school and in everyday life. We will begin with polygons and angles, where we will identify different polygons, classify them, and solve problems involving their sides and angles.
Next, we will study percentages and financial mathematics. We will learn how to solve problems involving percentage increase, percentage decrease, discounts, commissions, sales tax, and simple interest. We will also explore rates, including real-life problems involving speed and other quantities. Finally, we will review rational and irrational numbers. We will learn how to represent, compare, order, and perform operations with rational numbers, as well as understand square roots, cube roots, and irrational numbers.
So get your pencil and notebook ready, participate actively, and most importantly, think carefully and enjoy learning mathematics. Let's begin our Grade 7 Mathematics Review. A polygon is a closed figure made of straight sides. To name a polygon, we usually count its sides. 5 sides is a pentagon, 6 sides is a hexagon, 8 sides is an octagon, and 10 sides is a decagon. Remember the two important conditions for a regular polygon: equal sides and equal angles. If even one side or angle is different, the polygon is irregular. A pentagon has sides measuring 5 centimeters, 5 centimeters, 5 centimeters, 5 centimeters, and 5 centimeters. And all its angles are equal. Is it regular or irregular? Answer: regular pentagon. Solution: all 5 sides are equal and all 5 angles are equal. An octagon has side lengths 4 centimeters, 4 centimeters, 5 centimeters, 4 centimeters, 4 centimeters, 5 centimeters, 4 centimeters, 4 centimeters. Is it regular or irregular? Answer: irregular octagon. Solution: not all sides have equal lengths. To identify a convex polygon, imagine connecting any 2 points inside the figure. The connecting line stays inside. A non-convex polygon has an inward dent. That dent creates an interior angle greater than 180 degrees. When drawing a regular polygon, we need to make sure that all sides and all angles are equal. For a regular pentagon, divide 360 degrees by 5. The result is 72 degrees. We use this exterior angle at every vertex. The formula for interior angle is quantity n minus 2 times 180 degrees over n, where n is the number of sides. A regular hexagon has 6 sides. We substitute 6 into the formula. 6 minus 2 is 4. 4 times 180 is 720. Finally, 720 divided by 6 gives us 120 degrees. sum of interior angles. The formula is S equals quantity n minus 2 times 180 degrees. A polygon has an interior angle sum of 1,440 degrees. How many sides does it have? Solution. 1440 equals n minus 2 times 180. Divide both sides by 180. 8 equals n minus 2. N equals 10. Answer. 10 sides. It is a decagon. The exterior angle and its adjacent interior angle lie on a straight line. A straight angle measures 180 degrees. Therefore, we subtract the exterior angle from 180 to find the interior angle.
An exterior angle measures 60 degrees. Find the adjacent interior angle. Solution. I plus 60 degrees equals 180 degrees. I equals 180 degrees minus 60 degrees. I equals 120 degrees.
There are 4 important angle relationships to remember. Complementary angles add to 90 degrees. Supplementary angles add to 180 degrees. Vertical angles are equal. A linear pair forms a straight line, so its angles add up to 180 degrees.
Percentage increase. Formula. Percentage increase equals increase divided by original amount times 100%, where increase equals new amount minus original amount.
First, find how much the price increased. 100 minus 80 is 20 pesos. Next, divide the increase by the original price, which is 80 pesos. We get 0.25. Converting this to a percentage gives 25%.
Percentage decrease. Formula. Percentage decrease equals decrease divide original amount times 100%, where decrease equals original amount minus new amount. A bag originally costs 1,000 pesos. It is now sold for 800 pesos. What is the percentage decrease? Step 1. 1,000 minus 800 equals 200. Step 2. 200 divided by 1,000 equals 0.20. Step 3. 0.20 times 100% equals 20%. Answer. 20%.
To find the discount, multiply the original price by the discount rate. 15% of 800 pesos is 120 pesos. Then subtract the discount from the original price. The customer pays 680 pesos. Commission formula. Commission equals sales times commission rate. Example. A salesperson sells 50,000 pesos worth of products and earns a 4% commission. 50,000 times 0.04 equals 2,000. Answer. The commission is 2,000 pesos.
Sales tax formula. Sales tax equals price times sales tax rate. Example. An item costs 2,000 pesos before tax. The sales tax is 8%. Tax. 2,000 times 0.08 equals 160. Total. 2,000 plus 160 equals 2,160 pesos. For simple interest, remember, I equals PRT. The rate must be written as a decimal. 5% becomes 0.05. Multiply 10,000 by 0.05 and then by 2 years. The interest is 1,000 pesos. A good financial plan tells our money where to go. We should prioritize needs, save regularly, and control unnecessary spending. The goal is not simply to spend all our money, but to use it wisely. Rates. A rate compares two quantities with different units. Examples: 60 kilometers per hour, 50 pesos per kilogram, 3 pages per minute, 20 liters per minute. Formula: rate equals quantity over time or other. Speed tells us how much distance is traveled for a given amount of time. Divide the distance by the time. 180 kilometers divided by 3 hours gives 60 kilometers per hour. Rational numbers. A rational number is any number that can be expressed as A over B, where A and B are integers and B is not equal to 0. Examples: 4/3, -2/5, 2, 0.75, 25%. To convert a fraction to a decimal, divide the numerator by the denominator. To convert a decimal to a percentage, multiply by 100 and attach the percent sign. Before ordering different forms of rational numbers, convert them into the same form. Here, we use decimals. Then we compare their positions from left to right on the number line. To add fractions with like or the same denominators, add the top numbers, numerators, together and keep the bottom number, denominator, the same. For example, 3/8 plus 2/8 equals 5/8. Always check if you can reduce your final answer to its simplest form. To add fractions with unlike denominators, find a common denominator by determining the least common multiple, LCM, of the bottom numbers. Convert each fraction into an equivalent fraction with that common denominator. Add the top numbers, numerators, while keeping the bottom number the same, and simplify if needed. To subtract fractions with like or common denominators, subtract the top numbers,
numerators, and keep the bottom number, denominator, the same.
To subtract fractions with unlike denominators, first find the least common multiple, LCM, of the bottom numbers to get a common denominator. Next, rewrite each fraction as an equivalent fraction with that new common denominator. Finally, subtract the top numbers, numerators, while keeping the bottom number the same, and simplify if needed.
For fraction multiplication, multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators.
For division, remember, keep the first fraction, change division to multiplication, and flip the second fraction.
A square root asks us, what number multiplied by itself gives the number inside the radical? Since 12 times 12 equals 144, the principal square root of 144 is 12.
A perfect cube is a number produced by multiplying the same integer 3 times. Example: find cube root of 216. Since 6 times 6 times 6 equals 216, then cube root of 216 equals 6.
An irrational number cannot be expressed as a fraction of two integers. Examples: square root of 2, square root of 3, square root of 5, square root of 7. These are irrational because their square roots are not exact integers.
Which is irrational? A, square root of 9, B, square root of 16, C, square root of 25, D, square root of 7. Answer: D, square root of 7. So, to find the answer, we need to solve the radicals. The square root of 9 equals 3, the square root of 16 equals 4, and the square root of 25 equals 5. These are rational. But square root of 7 is not a whole number and can't be expressed as a fraction of integers.
To locate the square root of a non-perfect square, first find the two perfect squares surrounding it. 10 is between 9 and 16, so its square root is between 3 and 4. In fact, square root 10 is approximately 3.162.
The same idea works with cube roots. Example: locate cube root of 30. We know 3 to the third equals 27, and 4 to the third equals 64. Therefore, 3 is less than cube root of 30, which is less than 4. Approximately, cube root of 30 equals 3.107. So it is slightly greater than 3.
This test will help you check how well you understand the lessons we have studied, including polygons and angles, percentages, financial mathematics, rates, rational numbers, and irrational numbers. Read each question carefully and think about the solution before choosing your answer. Do not rush. Use the formulas and strategies you have learned. Remember, the goal is not only to get the correct answer, but also to understand why your answer is correct.
Important reminder. The key answers are provided at the end of the test, so try to answer all the questions independently before checking your work. Are you ready? Take a deep breath, focus, and do your best. Good luck, grade 7. Let's begin the review test. Think, solve, and succeed.
Grade 7 learners, let us remember the important ideas from our lesson. First, polygons are closed figures made of straight line segments. We can classify them according to their number of sides, whether they are regular or irregular, and whether they are convex or non-convex. For polygons, remember the formulas for the sum of interior angles of regular polygons, and exterior angles. An exterior angle and its adjacent interior angle always add up to 180 degrees. Next, percentages are useful in everyday life. We use percentage increase and decrease to compare changes in prices or quantities. We also use percentages to calculate discounts, commissions, taxes, and simple interest. Rates help us compare quantities with different units. Speed is one common example. Remember that speed equals distance divided by time. Rational numbers can be written as fractions, decimals, or percentages. We can compare and order them by converting them into the same form. We can also perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division with rational numbers. Finally, remember the difference between rational and irrational numbers. Perfect squares have whole number square roots, while non-perfect squares generally have irrational square roots. The same idea applies to perfect cubes and cube roots. Always show your solution step by step. Do not simply write the answer. A good mathematician explains how the answer was obtained.